The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
The Real Pod is brought to you by our good friends at Nando's. They've got restaurants across Aotearoa, and if you order through the Nando's app, you can collect Perry Perks points to redeem for delicious rewards. Hit nandos.co.nz to learn more and start earning.
So many great ideas. I need to take these all down. Are you home? Guess who's coming to Duncan's?
Knock, knock, who's there?
And
And it's always Paula Bennett.
Kia ora te whānau, welcome to The Real Pod. This is your real life in New Zealand and your very real news podcast. My name is Janie. I'm joined by Alex Casey.
Hello.
And Duncan Grieve.
Hello.
And we have Ti here on the tools, as they say. Hey, that was very underwhelming hellos from
I
you
know,
two.
we had such a big chat before we started
I
recording.
know,
I'm
we
actually
shouldn't be allowed to
gassed
do
already.
that. Yeah.
Heaps of good
Should we just
stuff.
come back another day and do this?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's wrap up.
That was The Real Pod. Thank you very much. There are a few people out there who were like, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's it for the pod.
We could do
Do we
that
can?
sometime, just like a minute and 30 long episode. We're
2-second
just not
episode.
feeling it.
Like a psych. Is today the day?
Have you seen that weird thing on Netflix where it's just like, just a funny bit?
What?
What?
On the, if you look at Netflix on your telephone, on the app, and there's like a bit where you can just flick and it's like TikTok and it's just funny bits from shows, it's chaos.
Is it good?
No! And it's just like takes a funny bit from a movie and then you flip out and then it's a funny bit from Below Deck. I don't like it.
No.
But anyway, maybe we could do something like that.
I don't want that to be the future of our consumption.
Yeah, I mean, without wanting to all fold on it, like, I don't like. I thought one of the things I've loved about Netflix is it's just not been part of that. We'll just endlessly copy everyone else's features type technology world. They've just like, we're doing our own thing, and it's really good and tight. I don't like the idea of them sort of TikTokifying their application.
There's no build up, there's no context anyway.
I mean, I guess the idea is that you'd like find it interesting and then just go and start watching the thing, but that just seems unlikely.
Do you know when TikTok first came to New Zealand, I was approached at the time I was like micro influencer on Instagram, and they were like, we've got this new thing, do you want to make some fun videos and promote it? And I was like, what is this? No, I'm
For
really
money,
glad I
for
didn't.
money.
The TikTok.
The
came to
Mr.
you.
TikTok. Mr. Talk got in touch.
Or Mrs. Talk.
No,
Or
no,
Ms.
it is Mr.
It is.
He's very mysterious.
Look,
He's a vibey guy.
I was just like, this is weird. And then a whole load of mum influencers got on and were doing embarrassing dances. I was like, definitely not for me. Now I love it, of course.
You missed it. You could have been huge.
I could have been huge.
Hey, we all could have been huge. But
Oh,
here
well,
we are.
here we are.
Doing the Real Pod.
Nando's are lovely sponsors. Thank you very much to Nando's for putting this podcast on the airwaves. Don't forget, they've got loaded chips, all loaded up with yummy stuff. They're out for a limited time. And also get the app. App's really handy. You get bonus points. Got a $15 voucher on my birthday. It was my birthday
Whoa.
last week, by the way. So we'll get to that, though. We'll get to that. No. No, we'll get to that.
How good was my
Yeah, we'll get to that. That's
Yeah.
part. Don't ruin my real life stories, okay?
Oh.
And I also want to say, Nando's Albany currently a location of interest. Normally that's a bad thing, but I would have to say Nando's has been a location of interest for the Real Pod for a long time. So we got there first, you know?
Is that actually another podcast idea? When the pandemic's
Locations of
over,
interest.
locations of interest, where you just go around to buzzy places and be like, hey, look at that.
I think now's the time because the SEO on that.
I want to go to
true.
that 3D buzzy place with 3D rooms in Rotorua where they went. Remember when they had that wonderful holiday? God,
the
miss last year.
the whole
That holiday.
Shantytown's pretty cool.
Honestly, the actions of people who are like index cases just make me feel terrible about how much I don't do with my life.
I've had a new segment idea. Show us your diary.
Oh, no.
Where you read your scans
Mine is embarrassingly empty, and not because I don't scan.
at home.
I'm going to get a QR code for my house. That's what they said you could do that, didn't they? So that when people come over, they could scan in. I'm going to do it. And then I can at least get up
Absolutely not.
every morning and scan. Scan
toilet.
somewhere. Scan every room.
Toilet, the kitchen.
My Sunday was real good. Taco Bell, Auckland Airport.
That is 100% going to be on the list. I'm going to look out for that one.
Oh my gosh.
Our Facebook is facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. Instagram, you can find us at the Spinoff Podcast Network. Next week, you will be having not one but 2 Real Pods in your ear holes.
How?
Because we've got the Real Pod Normal, and then we've got the Real Recap, Married at First Sight Australia.
Has it started?
No, next week.
Where? What days?
Don't.
Talk
Monday,
about this later.
Monday through Thursday. Every night of the Monday through Thursday.
Far out. That's going to be good.
It's going to be amazing. Anyway, so listen out for that. Right now, a very special something, a surprise thing.
Oh my gosh.
A surprise thing for Alex Casey. See that box over there to your head? Do you mind bringing it over? And some scissors,
Are
please.
you joking?
No, I'm not joking.
Because I know that you wrote surprise thing in the doc.
Yeah, and this is the
What do you mean
surprise
just
thing.
for me,
It's really big
though?
and heavy. She's only got a wee apartment.
This is
I've only got a wee apartment.
this is just
Okay.
for you.
Is it going to be as like snake jump out? Is it going to be snake jump out?
No, there's no stake jumping out. This is from the Cornies to say welcome back.
What?
Oh my God. This what size is this? Is like the size of a reasonable telly. You know?
No.
Oh, no.
This is a telly in a guest room.
It's a telly in
telly in a
it's
guest room
telly in a
size.
holiday home.
It's Airbnb telly size. And it says Jungle Express on it, which doesn't help my snake theorem. Okay, no snakes as yet. Merry Christmas. Oh, Wingspan! Was I not talking about this just before? Am I shouting? I'm sweating. Oceania expansion. Oh, I feel sick with excitement. Merry Christmas, Mighty Ape. Sorry so much. We missed you. Oh, no, the cornies.
Sorry so much.
Sorry so much. I want to cry. Oh, my God. I didn't know Mighty Ape did their own wrapping paper.
I don't understand
seen
why
this?
it's a
It's a
Christmas
custom.
card.
It's got the Mighty
It's got
Ape
the
hidden in
Mighty-
the
Got
monogram.
the mighty ape.
The Mighty Ape.
I feel like this is a special request wrapping because
Okay.
surely Mighty Ape are not
And
wrapping
I think
in
it was
Christmas
sort of a
paper
spoiler
still.
because they wrapped the wingspan, but it didn't wrap the expansion. But I am still delighted to receive this. Thank you so much. I cannot stress how much I have been talking about Wingspan.
Well, what is Wingspan?
It's apparently a terrific game about birds. And Joe will be screaming right now because he has been.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows.
He's been talking
Gamer.
about this game for about 2 years. And
Do
is
you
always
know-
like, you never listen to me. It's only when other people start playing games that you like them. And that's true.
He'll enjoy
and now I
that.
have it.
Do you know what, though? The craziest thing is that the suggestion didn't come from Joe. I double-checked with him to make sure that you didn't already had it because you've been banging on about it so much. And the suggestion came from a corny. So they're all
That's
right in your zone.
incredible. Thank you so much. Sorry so much. That is a very generous gift, and I will give you an update on how it goes. I'm a bit worried. It says 14 plus, which looks a bit.
Oh, that's,
14 plus is
Elizabeth
really
Smith.
that's
old.
complicated.
That's
What did
very
we do
kind.
last night, Alex? We played some board games. You know how hard it was for me not to allow you to open that sooner so that we could play it.
Oh, this was
Not
in
last
your-
night, the night before.
your
What day is it?
home?
I don't even know what day it is.
Oh, I love games.
Anyway.
Wingspan is a really lovely game. You just
You
collect,
got it.
you collect beautiful birds. I don't have it, but I've played it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You've got the Oceania expansion as well, so there's like lots of native New Zealand birds in it that you can go through and read all the information about, and you try and collect them and build the best bird collection. It's very lovely.
But wait, there's more.
Terrific. No.
Okay, so I got this email as well. Hi. further to Alex Casey's welcome back present, the Cornies had some leftover donation money, so we got you, Duncan, and Alex a pile of poo each. So 3 piles of poo, see attached. Thanks for the shit pod. Merry New Year, Happy Lunar New Year. And that came from Miranda on behalf of the Cornies. Now,
Oh my
This is
goodness.
I
Wow.
was terrified about opening the
course.
attached, knowing that there were 3 piles of poo. But what it actually is, it's a lovely charity thing with Oxfam, where a family get a toilet and there's like bugs in there. That sounds like a terrible present, but there are bugs in. It's a biofill thing. The bugs eat away the poo and turn it into lovely fertilizer, and they grow some things.
Amazing.
that is lovely. It's really, really real pod.
It's extremely
3
real
bags
pod.
full.
What did we do to get the Cornies? How did we do this? They are so kind. They are generous. They are the friends I never had. They are the family I always hope for.
Oh, don't
Actually, I
tell
love my
Kathy
own friends and
Casey.
family.
Yeah, I know. You're just bonus. Just heaps of bonuses.
Bonus,
Anyway,
yeah.
that was extremely lovely and amazing community, and I want to die with all the love. All come to my funeral, please. Okay, here's the real news. Huge news. Masterchef NZ want you to be the best paid dishwasher in New Zealand. The cooking reality series starts filming in Queenstown this month. Production is looking for 2 kitchen assistants to wash dishes for the next 8 weeks, and they are going to pay. How much do you think a dishwasher
Well,
gets?
I washed dishes at the Lady Featherston when I was 12 and I got paid $7 an hour. So I carry the one. It's what? 7 times 7
7 fours,
49 times 8.
$280
Four score
a week,
and 10.
Circa not very much a week.
$200.
How does a whopping $1,200 a week sound to you?
I mean, where do I sign up?
I feel like that won't be New Zealand's best paid dishwasher.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it's 60 grand a year.
Yeah.
Give or take carrying the one.
I mean, I'm considering resigning.
But it's Queenstown.
Yeah.
You know, cost of living through the roof, where you have to, you rent a share of a bedroom for 8 hours a day kind of thing, legendarily. So I'm sure there must be some sort of danger money type thing.
Drive your van down, sleep in the van, wash dishes. You're bound to get meals.
True.
Well, you can eat off the
You can if you don't get meals, you can eat the scraps.
Eat the scraps out of the bin.
Because there's no way that those judges are eating 12 meals or whatever.
I didn't even know that this MasterChef New Zealand was happening.
Nor did I.
Yes, you did.
I don't.
Well,
We had the
just one of the
things.
things I've known about and then forgotten about.
Yeah. So it's happening in Queenstown. Apparently, it's going to be an amazing location. I mean, we know Queenstown's amazing, but the actual shooting location is apparently amazing. We don't know who the judges are yet. It's all shrouded in mystery, except for the wages of the cleaning, the dish cleaning crew. That's all we
Surely
know.
Nadia will be full circle.
Who knows?
Come back.
The Herald Maids took a punt on a few, but they're largely silly suggestions. A few.
I wonder where
Serious
they got the
ones.
idea to have silly suggestions for the judges / participants of future reality shows go.
Oh, isn't it?
Highly original.
Jane, you've got an interesting dishwasher on this very topic.
I don't think this is as interesting as you think it is, because
I
it's not
thought it
my.
was interesting.
It's not my first one that's had that. That's all I'll say.
Well, I'm
is
not
it?
that familiar with dishwashers, but normally, the cutlery goes in
with the top
basket.
thing.
Jane's got one where it's got its own little
Little top shelf.
shelf, and you line
Yeah.
the cutlery up one by one like the King of France.
It took some time to get used to when I first made the transition. I previously owned a dishwasher that had that
seen it
pull-out tray
before.
at the top, and then at this house, I've got the option. There's the basket and the tray, and I opted for tray.
You go for tray. It does seem like it would be a better clean.
It opens up more space down below
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
the main thing.
Yeah.
More space down below. Yeah, you can say it.
That's what you're after
Oh.
at the end of the day.
I mean, there are people who specialise in making sure there's less space down below. So I don't know if it is what you're
That's
after.
actually on Below Deck, I think.
It is, yeah, exactly. That's what made me think of
A
it.
friend of Sandy's.
That's right. Oh my God. And she gives her that.
There's also a whole Curb Your Enthusiasm episode on it as well. Anyway. Where were we? Down
In the
Below
mid.
Deck?
I wouldn't want to wash dishes on that. On a chart.
Who does the dishes?
It doesn't.
Is it-
I think
It's
the
not
second
the chef.
stews.
Is it
I think the
the
second
stews?
stews do it.
Oh, yeah, because Casey moves at a snail's pace when she does it, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, moving on in the real news. There are batchy babies galore on their way. Well, one more at least. Remember Quinn?
Yeah.
Love Quinn.
And remember Claudia? Claudia from Zach's season and Quinn from Lucina/Lily's season. So they're together.
Wow.
Did you not know this?
No.
We've definitely talked about it at some point.
No.
And they are having a baby.
It's very exciting.
It is.
She blocked me on Instagram. Not that I even have it anymore, but if I did, I'd still be blocked.
What did you do?
I think I
think
just
she-
accidentally wrote about her.
I think you know how we love it when the people on reality shows take things in good humour. They know that it's an affectionate, fun time that we have on the pod. When we say things that might be maybe a little feeling hurty. That we don't really mean it, and it's just about the characterization of the people. It's not
Yeah,
about the people
yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
But I think maybe she
That's one of those
got
ones.
some hurt feels.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I really liked both of them, and I'm very happy.
We have Quinn's handcrafted metal rods.
We do, yeah.
Lest we forget.
Yeah, we do.
On top of that, sorry. It's quite emotional.
It's a very emotional episode. There's a shake-up on 7 days. Truly emotional. So, Spy is reporting that Three's popular comedy panel show is being shaken up with a reboot that's going to see the departure of long-standing team captains Paul Ego and Di Henwood. And they're going to be replaced by a rotating panel of comedians, some of whom will be women. I know. The show's also moving to a prime time 7:30 p.m. slot and will run for an hour. And Spy reckons that because Di has gone to Lego Masters on TVNZ, he's probably not going to be doing Dancing with the Stars this year either.
Wow.
He's jumped ship.
So maybe Paul Ego. Well, I think Paul Ego's funny, no offense.
No offense.
I just don't recall anything he's ever done.
Oh,
Can you give me a vibe?
Yeah. Stickman and more.
What is it?
The back and save guy.
What
have
is-
you just never watched 7 Days?
I might have once, but not consciously. Is it good?
It's not good. Some of it's terrible, but some of it's, guilty laugh. You know? It's not cool to say you've watched it, but I've watched it.
An hour. They used to be an hour.
Well, you used to. Is that a
Can't
secret?
talk about it.
You can now,
no,
surely.
you can't.
What? Because they're
I've
supposed to
never-
just be like miraculously on
Beep
their
this
own.
out. You'll beep that out, eh? That's an industry secret.
We've got to reveal it. That's our whole job.
I don't want to get sued by Paul Ego.
You're not going to get sued by Paul Ego, though he does sound like he might need the money soon. He
No,
might
he's
need
got
your
those
$7,
pack and side bikes.
$7.50 an hour for washing dishes. Okay, the Block NZ wedding is officially out the gate. Remember Stacey and Adam from Firehouse? So Adam's the one that looks like Alex Casey. And Stacey
My
is
looky-likey.
his influencer girlfriend. Well, fiance.
Which
Well,
one were they?
they're
Were
married.
they the top floor?
The
Don't win.
millennials.
No.
Oh, the millennials.
Remember the annoying Wellington millennials?
I need pictures.
They were down the
Think of
bottom.
me with short hair.
They were down the bottom. They were on the bottom floor. They had their walls straight out to the street.
They had the freaky hands coming out of the black and white stripe
No,
wall.
okay, I'm going to
remember-
bring up a photo for you and
We
tell
went
me.
there.
I know we went there. We went there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He
Tell me
does-
that's not Alex
It's
Casey.
crazy. Still, after all these years.
Anyway, go Google that yourselves, guys. So anyway, remember Lisa and Ribs? I know you remember Lisa and Ribs.
I mean, they do.
Yeah, okay. So Lisa is one of the bridesmaids.
Oh.
I mean, which is nice. And you'd think, oh, they obviously formed a really nice, but it just seemed like an odd friendship coupling.
I like the sourcing on this via Real Pod Corner.
Yeah. Via Real Pod Corner, via Stacey's Instagram stories, I believe.
I feel like it's going to be like, in future, there'll be like Real Pod Corner is a source that you would cite for early
You
reports.
wait till I get to real life. You wait.
Does this mean they're having a small wedding? What's the rules at the Mo?
Hundy, I think.
Sub-hundy.
Sub-hundy. So at least 2 of those are Lisa and Ribs.
And chair dancing.
And Stacey and
Stacey,
and
It's
Adam.
filling up.
It's 4 already. There's 96 to go.
I hope that
Well,
there's
no,
room
because
for
the bride and groom as well.
No, that's who
That's
we
Stacey and-
count.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Do we include wait staff as well?
Well, so this is the thing. No, they're not included in the 100. And I have heard
Get your
tell
family
Change your
to wait.
who are like DJs or wait staff or whatever. It's a workaround to,
It honestly
Interesting.
sounds like quite a typical New Zealand wedding anyway to do that.
Yeah.
Like Uncle's
So
Farm.
you're saving big bucks.
Human chairs?
It's cool when you get invited to it.
Sorry, you're just going to let me say that? You're just going to let me say that? and Move
It
on?
just-
I didn't
really
figure
took a
out,
second.
Because then you're really getting up capacity-wise.
Yeah.
What kind of a chair shape are we?
It has to
I
just
think
be. It just has to be tabletop, doesn't it? You can't do it because no one can squat like
bridge.
this.
I think
It's got to be hands and knees with a flat back, like a bench seat.
you'd have to be incredibly strong to sustain you sitting and then
wedding?
them sitting on.
Speaking of the block of people climbing on each other, not like that. But remember when we were recapping the block and one of the things they did, we got a hypnotist in and they made someone stand on someone, and then we decided to recreate it in studio where you lay across 2 seats and then Alex stood on you and it fucked your back.
Did it fuck my back?
It fucked your back.
Oh.
It did. It really fucked your back. And also,
Shouldn't be doing things like that.
our lovely
Health
social media
and the safety.
our lovely social media manager has gone and done a highlight of all our old stories from the Real Pod on the Spin-Off Podcast Network Instagram page, and there's so much treasure. You had black hair.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Like that was just what
Different-
colour
that's
my
what it
hair
looked
was.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Just like a few years ago.
It was when Hayden held me like a baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of that. It's
Hayden's
all there.
there.
It's all there.
Hugging us. When we drank that chocolate water,
Yeah.
happy days.
So anyway, like a lot of old stuff if you want to go
Lot-
clawing through the mines.
A lot of odd stuff.
A lot of odd stuff too. Okay, anyways, we got a little bit off track there, weirdly. A UK dog rescued by a sausage dangling drone is the headline here. Millie, the Jack Russell dog, was trapped on some Hampshire tidal mudflats for 4 days with all rescue attempts failing. In desperation, one rescuer decided to attach a sausage to a drone, using the meaty whiff of said sausage to lure Millie to safety. Once safe, Millie fecking ran away again.
Classic Millie.
Classic Millie.
Hey, can I just commend Tara's writing? Like this
I know,
is
it is so
for
good.
an audience of 3 of us, and just read the whole thing
Okay.
right through again.
Okay. The whole thing?
Just why not?
Okay. Millie, the Jack Russell dog, was trapped on some Hampshire tidal mudflats for 4 days, with all rescue attempts failing. In desperation, one rescuer decided to attach a sausage to a drone, using the meaty whiff of said sausage to lure Millie to safety. Once safe, Millie ran away again. What an absolute shit. Or maybe she just wanted another sausage.
That's just
It
fantastic
is so good.
writing.
It's so
She's going
good.
to get poached by the news.
I try and make it sound natural like I'm saying it, which is why I just jazz it up, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to write exactly what she's written. I'm going
Yeah.
to read exactly what she's written.
Just Tara Ward.
Does
National
this
treasure.
mean Millie followed the sausage?
Yeah, so
or
she
that it was like fishing and she
grabbed it. No,
grabbed
no.
on the sausage and they
That had
droned
been a
her out of bed.
hell of a strong drone and sausage situation. But no, I think it was just the smell of the sausage, and then they kind
It's
of.
the meaty whiff.
Oh, the meaty whiff.
But that also means that she was just out there on the mud flats, able to wander back at any time, but didn't bother.
Tidal mudflats.
Oh, because of the time. But
Well, I
I mean,
assume that there's like a more solid bit of land, and then there's a sort of a mud flatty bit of land, and she
Order.
could have done it, but it's just a bit you get muddy paws.
well, I just feel like I don't want to know what the other rescue attempts were. Because if a dog can just walk back following a sausage, could the people not just walk to the dog?
It does seem
True.
real, just totally.
I think it's
rubbish.
sausage con.
It might be a sausage
con.
it might be big sausage. It's a Mad Butcher's
Mad Butcher's at it again.
new viral
It
campaign.
probably is.
Yeah, God, genius.
Millie get a huge endorsement deal.
Millie could be the new spot.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a break. Let's have a stretch. Go call your mum, say I love you, and we'll be back in a few moments.
Hi, I'm Brian Crump, host of Sci-Fi Sci-Fact, a new RNZ podcast in which we take some of science fiction's strangest ideas and explore if they could really happen. With the help of scientists from New Zealand's McDiarmid Institute, we'll look at all your favourite science fiction characters, from Wolverine to Rumpelstiltskin, Doctor Who to Luke Skywalker. You can find Sci-Fi Sci-Fact on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, basically anywhere you get your podcasts from.
When you choose to invest, your money has power. Avoiding companies that finance weapons production or ignore climate change is important. But impact investing goes beyond just avoiding harmful behaviours. It's an opportunity to invest in companies that are actually improving the world. Invest in a better future with the Harbour Sustainable Impact Fund. Grow your wealth and make a positive impact on the world. This is not personalised advice. A disclaimer and the product disclosure statement for Harbour investment funds issued by Harbour Asset Management is available at harbourasset.co.nz.
All right. Welcome to Real Life. This is where we, sort of narcissistically talk about our own shit with each other?
Oh, no, I don't think it's narcissistic. It's just a catch up.
Okay. What's up, guys?
It's pronounced.
What's up?
I'm sorry, I am quite old. Should we start with me then?
Yeah.
Well, 'cause I have
you
a
might
bit-
not make it.
I had my birthday. Is that? Where are we on Happy Birthday? Still
I think it's
copyrighted?
fine now. Isn't
now?
it free?
Didn't you tell us it was okay now? Happy Birthday? That it's okay to use? Common use?
But I only
Fair
use a
use.
snippet, so I think I'm good.
I think
Yeah,
you
let's
only have
just
to,
stay with that.
There's no...
you have to change it 15%.
I probably wasn't singing at the right key or whatever.
Anyway, yes, it was my birthday last week, and I was very excited. I'm a bit of a birthday blues kind of a gal, right? Always get the birthday blues. But I got a text message at 8:09 a.m. from Duncan. I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is sweet. The first person I'm hearing from on my birthday, and it said, Dallas has moved to 9A. Just double checking.
Oh my God.
We sorted it out.
Yeah, look, it wasn't.
Had he though?
Look,
He
it was.
actually had.
It was. Yeah, it was. It was.
There've been a lot of different invites to that particular.
Yeah.
Hey, good cross promo opportunity for the fold though.
Yeah, Dallas Gurney's on the fold.
He's the sort of head of talk radio, talk and news at MediaWorks. So he's overseeing the launch of Today FM. So if you want to hear Tova O'Brien drama and you know what it's like to manage Mike Hosking at ZB, check out the fold on the Spin-Off Podcast Network. Anyway, I basically just
You've just derailed my birthday
Again.
Again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
that's okay.
bad.
When you get to a certain age, people don't care anymore. I had 2 birthday phone calls. One was from my ex-husband's parents and the other was from Alex Casey.
And I sang you a lovely song.
And then my mum didn't bloody call me.
What?
Didn't
Mum?
she? She didn't even.
Did she text you about Dallas as well?
She didn't. But like, because we have a family chat now, everyone just jumped in the chat. It was like, happy birthday. Oh, you happy? And then they're all like, hey, who wants to walk the dogs? And it's like, oh, okay.
That's not enough, eh? That's
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so it was fine. It was a fine day. It was fine.
day.
And I'm fine with it all. Okay?
seem fine.
I am
It's fine.
absolutely, it's not about me, is it? On my birthday?
I like a birthday sulk too, to be honest. Like, it's never enough. The slightest slight is felt very deeply.
Yeah.
It's just, I try not be that way.
No, you can't. It's
Oh,
impossible.
I don't do that. But then it turns out I do.
But also, it's the one day a year, right? It's allowed to be about you.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be the guy who's like, when Duncan texts 8:09 asking about Dallas, I don't want to go back and be like, yeah, by the way, it's my birthday. You had to get there on your own, which you did. You got there eventually.
Yeah, not even all that much later.
No,
It was
you
within
did.
the
You
hour.
did very, very well.
Yeah,
But,
really good.
But it's also like you're testing everyone. You're testing everyone.
Weren't you testing? Oh no, can we talk about the board?
What's the board?
Did I talk about that last week? No.
You told me on the phone, I think.
Oh, God. Yeah, the board. So the Board of Trustees, I got an invite to a Board of Trustees meeting for 7 o'clock on my 7:30 or something.
PM?
No, AM on my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I got the invite a couple of days beforehand to talk about Omicron plans. For
Are you
school.
chair or are you
No,
just
I'm
a
definitely
member?
not. No, I'm still.
How many people on the board?
Did you get that joke? I'm still. I'm not chair. I'm still.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Sorry, that's terrible.
Still. I'll show you still.
See?
That's the problem. Is the normal use of still is now secondary because in this context of this podcast, you'd never imagine it'd be something someone would sit on.
I'm so nervous talking about the board due to my second real life story. But anyway, I will continue. So I got that invite and I replied to the chair going, "Oh, just what I want to do on my birthday or something. Well, just the thing I want to be doing first thing in the morning on my birthday, lol, or something." And he'd sent the invite in the morning and he came back and was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I was like, "No. It's my birthday on Thursday, you know." And then I was like,
Do it now.
"No, don't do it." No, I think he thought because I'd said, "Oh, great news for my birthday," kind of thing. He thought that today, I was replying with my birthday. So, come Thursday, the whole board in a meeting, 7:30 on my birthday, and absolutely nothing. Nothing.
I thought it'd be like they sang you the birthday song.
No, nothing. Wouldn't that be nice?
Would it?
Well,
I'm not sure that
yes.
it would be.
Are you on a Zoom in this moment?
Yes.
Are you wearing any kind of crown?
No,
decorative
I
hat?
should have done, in retrospect, I should have popped a
Like a
little.
little party.
Because the thing is, he never replied to that email, so I thought, he's saving it for the.
Now he'll be listening. We're like,
told them all.
no.
Let's move on to my next.
Can we just quickly? Do you guys have birthday eve and birthday Boxing Day policies?
Yes, I have birthday. So I took off Thursday. Thursday was my birthday. I took off Thursday and Friday from work. Monday's a public holiday here in Auckland. So I had like a 5-day birthday weekend.
Okay.
Wow.
Good. That's as it should be.
Yeah.
Anything less.
I haven't had anything in place for the past 2 years because my birthday's been in lockdown both times.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's a good sad face.
You still had a more exciting birthday than I did.
I had a rip-roaring last year.
You've
It
had
could not have come at a better time because it was the first week of lockdown and everyone was like, this is so sad.
Yeah.
You're 30. If it had been a week later, everyone would have been like,
No,
I
Screw
don't
you,
give
it's
a
about
shit.
me.
Fuck you. Yeah, I hate you.
I'll make sure to text you about Dallas on your birthday next time.
Please do.
Okay, so my next story, and the reason why you'll see, the reason why I'm anxious to talk about the board on the podcast is that I was on Facebook. I've gone onto this free cycle page. I think I've talked about it already, where you just like people post up stuff they don't want anymore, and you go, I can get it. And I there was a bike on there, a kid's bike, and I'm like, this is perfect. I need to teach my kids how to ride a bike. So I was like, me please. I wasn't the first person, but I was like, try my luck, see if they choose me. And then I got a message in my messenger saying, hey, yep, totally, the bike's all yours. Here's my address. Tell me when you're going to pick it up. And I was like, and I replied and was like, this is awesome. We've been really late. I did a whole novel. Of course I did. And then when I next logged into Facebook, just like 10 minutes later, I had a notification, which was a reply to my comment, the original comment that I made. And it was a bike's all yours, smiley face, corn emoji.
Whoa.
And so I went back into the messenger and was like, hey, just saw the corn emoji. and she was like, oh, yeah, lovely group. I went in there for my work and I stayed because it's lovely, right? And then she was like, I work at XYZ big media company. And I was like, oh, what do you do there? And then she was like, I'm this big important role. And I was dying. In my head, I was like, I hope you're just in the corner and not listening to the podcast. Also, mum at the school. So here I am talking about the board of trustees. I'm trying to be on the board and being like a proper official person. And then I get on the podcast and complain that no one said happy birthday to me in a Zoom meeting.
That's normal. I think that should be recorded in the minutes.
Yeah.
Matters arising.
I also know that one of the senior leaders' wives listens to the podcast. So I don't know. I don't know if I should be quitting school or if I should be quitting the podcast or just running away to Queenstown and washing dishes. I don't know.
This podcast really requires us to imagine, like sometimes it's really important to have a vision of what your audience is, but I think it's really important to imagine that no one is listening.
That's how it's always been.
I don't think we can do the pod if we imagine
People,
important people are listening.
people in our lives are listening. Absolutely not.
Like, it scares me. I can't talk properly anymore.
You just got to make her your best friend.
Oh,
That's
well,
what
I mean,
you
I'm
do.
going to pick up the bike this afternoon, so we'll
Well, there
say
you
hi.
go.
We'll say hi.
That's how you do it. That's how you start it.
So there you go. That's it. That's me, dead and buried. Alex,
Okay, let's do a pick a path. Do you want triumph or disaster?
start with Triumph.
I went to the Mount Albert Scrabble Club last night. I highly recommend joining
I
a
wanna do
Scrabble
that.
Club
I'm
in
gonna
your
do that.
area. It is terrific.
Did you find out that all the old folks at the Scrabble Club listen to the real pod? Is that what's
No,
coming next?
I would be amazed. I had this longest. Oh, I'm going to out myself as wearing the same T-shirt twice.
It's actually
twice in a
fine.
day.
It's actually
I was
fine.
wearing this Carly Rae Jepsen T-shirt last night too, but I thought I only wore it for an hour, so just reduce, reuse, recycle.
Of course, that's totally fine.
But it was, for example, this man was like, "What is that? Who's that on your T-shirt?" And I was like, "It's Carly Rae Jepsen. She's a great pop star." And he was, "Carly Rae Jetsons." And I was like, no, like, you know, when it's like the
Yeah.
Jetsons is your pop culture
Yes.
reference. And I'm talking about Carly Rae Jepsen. These are the kinds of cultural clashes that we encounter. But I went on to beat that man, who is in the A grade in New
grade?
Zealand at Scrabble. It was an absolute fluke.
This is crazy. What grade's your mum in, just out of interest?
D.
D.
She's 105th in the country. So he's in the top tier. But
What?
I did get some help. And I did play a bingo.
Hang on,
which does not happen.
Hang on, what do you mean you got some help?
Well, my friend Patrick, another one of my new old friends.
Came and looked at your tiles and
Are they allowed to do that?
Well, no. Yes.
did you beat him?
But I had a bingo word. This is going to be so boring if you don't care about
No.
Scrabble. But I had trainers, the blank being the A.
Yeah.
So that's a full 7-letter, but I couldn't fit it anywhere. And so he came up to me and sort of hinted. He said, "You've got another 7-letter word there."
Strainer. There's probably heaps.
Yeah,
Those are great
but he's
letters.
like, and just think about the word ending in ears. And then I stared at it, and then I was like, runtiers.
What?
And I got runtiers on a bingo.
Runtiers.
Runtiers.
What is runtiers?
I don't know. Runtiers.
Runt.
Runtiers.
Could you please spell
What?
it for me?
Runtiers.
Okay, so it's not an A, you used an E.
I swapped it. No,
Runtiers.
I swapped the blank for the U
Yeah.
of runt. Yeah.
Runtiers.
Anyway,
Oh, the right, Runty.
good chat, eh?
No, no,
Do you know that my nickname as a child was Runt
Oh, that's so mean.
and Little Fella?
I feel like you say little fella a lot
Yeah.
these days.
It's because I was called a little fella by my dad's friend. Who's this little fella then? Because
Oh, what? Runtiers with an S.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Scrabble word definition is just saying runtier is
Because
like
runty,
as
it's
in
not
you're
a
more
noun.
runty
It's
than someone
a
who's runty.
whatever the describing words are called. What are they?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Adjectives.
I'm concerned that you might have.
It might have been a bum word, but I still
might
got
have
to
been
play
word
it.
until they didn't call you on it.
They didn't call me on
So
it.
if they don't
I
call
think
you
they
on
did.
it,
You can get away
doesn't
with
appear to
murder.
be a word.
It's the whole new.
So you beat an A grade with a. That is like faking. That is amazing.
Now you see me.
Oh,
3.
I feel
am a
heaps
con
better
man.
knowing that runtiers is
or
not a word.
was I don't want to. No, don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay, that's incredible. Well done.
It's a whole new element to the game. The
fakery.
Fakery. Anyway, so that was my triumph.
That's a mega triumph, by the
I
way.
wonder
Thank
if he
you.
didn't challenge you because he'd seen Phil come along.
Patrick,
and,
yeah.
Patrick, and he's been both P's, and he's been like, well, if Patrick's bloody good, and if Patrick
Well,
says that's
exactly.
a word, it's a word. You
And
know?
if Patrick's telling me this is a word, I'm gonna
Perhaps
gonna
Patrick
do my
wasn't thinking of
damnedest.
runtiers though. He might have been thinking of strainers.
something else. So yeah, it's a thrill. Every week a thrill. And that came right after my disaster, which happened yesterday at Takapuna Beach. So I've recently got really into finding the perfect pair of togs. And this, for me, the perfect pair of togs is like a one piece. And it's like sort of a 90s cut, you know, like very basic, just basic, thick fabric. And so I've been buying a lot of secondhand togs, which people may think is controversial. I am someone who has sold underwear on Trade Me before. I am very free and easy with secondhand togs. And I thought I had found the perfect pair, this bright yellow 90s one piece, the exact cut that I wanted. Debuted it on the beach yesterday. Walked into the water.
Oh no.
My friends turned around, began laughing because those togs were completely see-through. And so what I had to do was go down,
Yeah,
like in the
you're
shallows.
trapped.
It was low tide.
You had
as
to do
well.
like a crocodile out of the water, like head up,
Well,
body submerged.
At first, I was like, I'll just go deeper, and then I just won't come out.
Yeah, that's it. That's
But then
you.
there was a lot of
Forever
wind
until
sports.
dark.
The
There was a
Little
lot of wind
Mermaid.
sports because it was very windy yesterday. There was a lot of wind sports. There was paragliders and whatnot, and I was like, it's unsafe for me to go all the way out there. I'll get hit in the head. I'll be on the news. They'll have to blur out my body. It's going to be a whole problem. So I stayed in the shallows screaming. Everyone was screaming, and it was low tide, so we weren't even far away from like everyone. And then my sweet friend Whitney got out of the water, got my sarong, put her own sarong around herself, like that's something that ladies do,
So
and
she-
then walked my sarong back to the water's edge, where I sort of rolled out of the water and wrapped myself in a sarong and went back.
I have
Never
questions.
to be seen
I have
again on the
questions.
beach.
Was the brand Moontide just very
No.
very 90s
No,
swimwear brand?
I wish.
Okay. Secondly, was it because of fabric disintegration that it was see-through?
It was a combination of fabric disintegration and very light colour.
Okay. Can I suggest in future for your future secondhand toggle purchases?
Yeah.
Just don't buy anything that's got disintegration. It's on its way out. It doesn't even matter what colour it is. It's going to go see-through. I used to sell swimwear. I know. What I'm
Did
talking
you?
about. Yeah. Hot body, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not describing myself, by the way.
Hot
gonna
body, hot
say-
body. You remember?
That was the
You've seen
name
the facts.
of the swimwear store.
Anyway, so now I don't know what to do with these togs because I feel like Joe's like resell, but I'm like, I can't resell them knowing what I know.
No.
But maybe some people are like into it. you
Some
know?
people could be
Some
into
people are
it. Some people
exhibitionists.
could have
Tell you
like-
what, put that on Family Free Cycle and just be honest. Say a bit see-through.
Yeah, but
A
lot see-through.
Was it big bickies?
Eh?
How much did you pay for these?
Oh. I think $17. I thought you meant something else. Was it big biggies? I don't know what that could possibly mean, but
know.
none of it is good.
You'll
None of it is
you'll
good.
have to ask the other people on the beach, Duncan.
Was it big biggies? Oh my god. Anyway, so that was my shame. I showed the beach road, and it was a
How much
it
did
was
you pay? You haven't
disaster.
answered the question.
Sorry,
How many bickies was
sorry,
it?
I paid 18 bickies.
Oh.
That's not so bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
$5 postage.
Yeah, right.
And they would have been they were the perfect hogs until they weren't. So my search
Could
continues.
you double bag them?
I did think about this.
That's no.
But then it'll
you're
still
gonna-
be see-through, so then I'm just going to look
Then you're going to have your patterns
extra
underneath.
weird
or,
patterns underneath.
Have
Like
you
the
got
cut
like a
won't, the
nude
cut won't be
suit
exactly the
underneath?
same. No, that's too
I
much.
don't know.
You'll get sea lice
they're
trapped in
perfect.
between.
Sea
lice.
Why would that
It's
happen?
too much. It's just too much admin.
There's
Finding
a lot of sea lice around.
another pair that's exactly the same cut.
Well, you get real attached to a cut. Like it's very hard to find the right cut of clothing.
Well, that's up to you. Cut or nudity.
I don't know. I don't want to have to make the choice. So yeah, that was my day. Sorry to anyone. It was rough, and I was screaming like extremely loudly.
That probably drew attention.
I don't think it helped. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had another bungle, Omicron related, because I live in an apartment, and I always like to talk about the tensions of living in an apartment when people don't want to be near each other. And I thought we had all established that we weren't going to share lifts. Like, you know, if someone's waiting, you go in.
How
wait
did you
your turn.
establish this?
Because it happened enough times.
So
you
it's
know?
just an unwritten rule, is what you're saying.
Yeah, people come up and go, oh, no, I'll get the next one.
Right, okay,
Kind of thing. So I was like, okay, this is what we're doing here. The social contract has been signed, one lift at a time. And then, so I was getting in the lift, and this man with, like, what's the thing with golf clubs in it? A big thing of golf clubs.
A caddy.
Rattling.
It's the person.
Okay.
The cart.
It's just a bag.
Golf bag on wheels.
It was a big display anyway, and he was rattling, and he sort of went, what? You know, like put his hand up for me to hold the lift. And I stared at him dead in the eyes and just shut the door, staring at him.
Shut the front door.
I shut the front door, and I was like, maybe that's fine. You know, maybe this will be all right.
He got
won't,
there.
He won't
Didn't
be
get
that
there
hurt.
just in time
No,
to-
I shut the door, and then I was so panicked by that interaction that I forgot to press the button for my
No,
floor.
so he opened.
So a few seconds later, the door opened again, and I was just standing there, and I panicked, didn't know what to say, so I just went, one at a time. I just said one at a time and pressed the button, and the door shut again. And now I can never go back to my own house.
Yeah.
Should have just stayed in the sea.
One at
Can't
a
go back to
time.
Takapuna Beach.
That
It
is
really sounds like yourself.
Wild.
That is,
But he shouldn't have put me in that position.
it does make me think though.
Yeah, but he had a tea time. Now he's probably missed it.
Yeah. Home from the...
Tea time means something completely different for me.
Oh, no, yeah. I thought you meant...
Usually involves dinner.
Dinner.
He's got a thwack.
We're not. Alex and I, surprisingly, not golfers.
Not golfers.
No,
Could get
I'm
into
not a
it.
golfer
Could get
either,
into
but-
it.
Well, you had a shot, right? Excuse the pun, but like with your mate there, could have
I know.
piggybacked on his golf game, and now never.
I just hate... I get so tense around COVID-y stuff, you know, and I just... Stay away.
No, that's fair
Keep
enough.
your distance.
It does make me think.
Why do you
though,
want
of
to
all
share
the
a
ti-
lift with me?
When you get into a lift and someone's like, okay, in the before times, and someone's waving you to hold it, and you want to help them, and you look at those two buttons. One is close the doors, and one is open the doors, and suddenly everything you know about symbols goes out the
Out the
window,
door.
and you don't know which
Yeah.
one to press. And it's
Yeah.
straight panic, and then but you could have done that. You could have faked I'm pretending to try and open it.
That takes a lot
I
of
was
thought.
very...
One at a time.
One at a time.
One at a time.
It's hard out there.
Duncan, how's life?
It's fine. I just look. I need to do better. I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't properly prep for this.
This sounds like I'm intrigued though.
Oh, well, just-
Letter from Nick Rinn, sports editor at West Australian.
so
Tell me more.
I know. Well, Nick Rinn is the sports editor at the West Australian, which is it's the sort of paper of record, the daily newspaper of all of WA.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him on some journalism retreaty thing, and I really, really liked this guy. He at the time ran this website called Perth Now, which was like a real, like super trashy Daily Mail type website that was the sort of the free version of the fancy West Australian website. And I'd started reading it for a while because it was basically just all like wardrobe fails and shark attacks. It was just like gloriously
Real
basic,
news.
but they were huge. It was real news, 100%. But it was really, really big on maths, which, as you know, weirdly high number of Perthites. Given that Perth is like about, like in the scheme of Australia's population, it's not that big, but there's always heaps of the real prominent ones are from Perth, and so he had heaps of like tea on the background and the ongoing dramas and
Hang
so on.
on, was Gonzo from Perth?
Gonzo wasn't from Perth. I think Gonzo was like from Canberra, but like heaps of them were, like heaps if you look it up. And anyway, so we've stayed in touch over the years, and mainly because he's just a huge Married at First Sight fan. But now that he's like the sports editor of the West, like this is a big fancy job, and I just love that he thought of me, even after all the lockdowns and everything, just to say, I'll be watching, I'll keep you updated of anything, any big stuff that goes down.
Does he get behind the scenes goss?
Well, no, but he will get, because he's in a big news organisation from a big population centre of mass contestants. But I was touched that he thought of me, and I'm incredibly excited about it starting up again because I just feel like I need it in my life. I've just about finished the first 3 seasons of Below Deck Med, and I love them so much. Alex Casey wrote a very good thing on the spin-off about why Below Deck is basically every reality show. It's well worth a read.
I did, I'm going to be honest, I did reactivate my Facebook page to look at the feedback. And some people were like, oh, Sailing Yacht's way better or Below Deck Proper's better. And what I would like to say is, I haven't watched them. But I have watched all the Below Deck Med and I've made my decision. It's the best.
I want to watch them all.
Yeah. It's very hard to find early Below Deck normal because it started in 2013. And it's very different. It's very much cancelled a lot of the time.
Well,
The behaviour is...
So is Med, you know? It feels very international waters, you know?
Yeah.
I struggled, as you know, to watch Below Deck. I tried twice, once quite a while ago, a few years back, and then more recently, because you had started. You were during your time off watching a lot of Below Deck, weren't you?
Yeah.
You were deep.
Got pretty
You're
hung
deep
up
and
on
deep.
it.
Under,
It's basically
under the
all
deck.
I could talk about for a month.
Yeah, so I thought,
So talkable.
Yeah.
if I want to relate to Alex, I need to watch Below Deck. And I couldn't because I was getting like a bit seasick, just thinking about being on the sea and feeling
Amazing.
sorry for the chef in that like windowless kitchen.
Oh, you can't feel sorry.
Well, no.
Actually,
The thing is-
Adam redeems.
The thing is, now
Amazing redemption.
I'm in. I'm watching it. I'm loving it. I'm not feeling seasick. You know, I
Great.
started as Casey, and now
You're Captain Sandy.
now I am Captain Sandy. As long as I'm not Joel, then I'm fine.
What's the first season captain called?
Captain Mike.
Captain
He
Mike.
died.
No.
Yeah.
Of COVID.
No,
Just like.
just died.
Far out, because I loved him.
Yeah, I know.
Is that why he... Anyway, I love Captain Sandy too.
I love Captain. Do you know
Something-
she does like motivational talk, like leadership talks?
Can we
like
get
cruises?
Can we get
Oh.
her and breathing Mike?
Yeah.
High low.
Breathing Mike.
breathing Mike to do a session at the go-kart stadium in Albany.
Yeah.
And then we're on a luxury yacht with Captain Sandy.
And that's
that.
our podcast.
That's our podcast. That's
Is it?
is it? Selling. You don't want a quick. You want a quick selling
Well,
sunset?
no, because I need to catch
Oh,
up.
you haven't finished. No.
Okay.
No.
Just no.
I just want to say because we absolutely cannot end in a succinct way. On Below Deck, some of the guests are so. You know how like if we watch Married at First Sight and there's no drama, then we hate it. Bad season.
Yeah.
Some of the guests on Selling Sunset are so awful
On
Below
Below
Deck.
Deck.
below deck that when they have nice guests, I'm like, I like it. Like I'm
yeah.
relieved for
Agree.
them.
There's one particular episode where the guests are so extravagantly awful, I stopped enjoying it, which is weird because
Wow.
That's your bread and butter.
yeah, and I was just like, I actually the radiating contempt for the staff is just like it feels like too real.
They hire, so they actually book the boat for 6 weeks to shoot the show. So that's not the boat. So that's not how it normally works. That a crew coming in, kind of like, I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. But those boats have their own regular crew
Right.
who know
So
the
they
ins
don't-
and outs.
The ones that you see at the very start, and they're like, "This is the engineer," or a whole second crew.
Oh.
There's a whole actual crew who normally man those luxury
It's not
yachts.
normally just some random commandos who are just
Right.
Yeah.
mercenaries.
Yeah, so
I
you
don't
wouldn't
like
get
to know the
those. You wouldn't
truth.
get those people who are kind of like don't know, you know,
Anything, and I've never
don't
been
know how
on
to
a
fold a
boat that's
napkin.
ever left the harbour.
Casey's amazing lying on his. Oh, no, sorry.
No, it's all right. Well, one more thing though. I realised this season that they don't actually go to bed when they go to bed, and now I can't unsee it.
What do you mean?
They're definitely not going to bed. It's real stagey. They all go to bed at the same time.
No, they don't.
And they quite often make these comments about party in my room or whatever. I think that they shoot are going to bed for the purposes of the guests being able to have a good time and the production being able to down tools for the day. But I don't think the guests are actually going to bed.
I think the guests also not like they've not booked the boat. They've booked the boat for a couple of days in the show. Do you know what I mean? Like knowing, obviously they know they're being filmed.
It's so
totally-
annoying, especially when you get return guests that have like got their own merch and stuff, and you're like, oh, you just know that you're
Yeah.
I don't
coming
mind
to
the
be on
return
TV.
guests. I
'Cause
like
the
onion guy,
Onion guy.
Okay. Anyway, we can-
Mr. Skin. Oh,
let's
Skin.
nerd about this off mic for the probably 90% of people listening who don't even.
you just got to watch it.
Just gotta watch it.
I had
Come along
so
with us.
many people give me like real hard recommendations for Below Deck for years, and I didn't listen. And then I finally did it, and I just cannot endorse it enough. Like it's perfect.
And it's so
It's a perfect
cozy
show.
as well, like because it's all pre-pandemic, and like Jamie just gets this giant cough, and it's just like around everyone coughing all the time. And she's seemingly about to die.
Yeah. Season 6, though, is interesting because that's post-COVID.
I know.
And they actually all had to quarantine for 2 weeks together with the guests before they started shooting. Like they had a bubble. And you can kind of tell like the interactions between the crew are real different
Because they've gotten to know their guests in
because
advance.
they already all know each other. So it kind of wrecks a little bit, but
Anyway,
do what you
that
can.
is a podcast. Our podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you to Nando's for making it possible. Thank you to my lovely co-hosts, Duncan and Alex, to our lovely producer, C.I. Butler, and also to Tara Ward, news gatherer and writer extraordinaire. We will be back next week with 2 episodes, the normal pod and real recap
The normal pod.
normal pod, the very not normal pod, and a real recap of Maths AU. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Okay, bye.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spinoff. You can help us keep all of The Spinoff's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
The Spinoff Podcast Network.